Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video, and yeah, let's get to it. So we are doing tests basically today with maximum speed and acceleration. It's not a scientific way to know how an aircraft performs, but it's good to make you understand what these aircraft are capable of. So we are counting the acceleration from when I hit WEP, or War Emergency Power, until I hit Mach 1, this is the acceleration, and then I try to hit the maximum amount of speed when it breaks, for us to take a look. So first of all, we are trying to always climb to 500 meters. I know there will be some differences between the altitudes of the airport as well, but it's not, as I said, it is not a scientific way, it's just kinda to give you an idea, okay? So first of all, we are doing with the MLD, and after that the vegan, and then the 3 new aircraft added 4th generation. So the MLD here, one of the greatest acceleration in the game right now. I mean, only the Kafir, I think, can beat this thing in the game right now, you know. So yeah, it's already amazing, right? But at Mach 1, 53 seconds, 0.27. So yeah, a very, very fast aircraft, and under 1 minute, it can go from 0 landed to Mach 1. Very, very fast, right? And then we try to maintain the speed here until we break. We are in dev server, so there are some bugs as well. The maximum amount of speed, you will know that if you play the MLD for long enough, it's around 1470, right? So yeah, as you see, 1479 was the maximum speed, and then the skin just was weird. But yeah, very, very fast aircraft, one of the fastest aircraft in the game. And now we are testing the JA-37D, another new aircraft, but it's very, very similar to the C variant. In the flight performance, it's probably the same. I must say to you guys, I'm also, all these aircraft are using 20 minutes, and without any type of weapon. They are using flaps for takeoff, and yeah, as I said, climbing to 500 meters. The vegan already feels a little bit more sluggish, right? Feels a little bit slower as well, so very interesting if you consider that. But still very, very fast. As you see, we are already at 800 kilometers per hour, 500 meters. And I did not manage to break it, but I kind of estimated where it would break. I was really tired when I was recording this, and I had to go to sleep, so yeah. But there we go. Mach 1 now, 55 seconds, 0.13, so a little bit slower than the MLD. The MLD is an amazing aircraft, and the R35 engine is one of the most efficient turbojets ever made, so it is, I mean, at least after burning turbojets, right, in the sense of fuel consumption and also power with the weight of the engine. So very good engine that the MLD has. The vegan, pretty good, but it has these problems, and then we are kind of limited on the speed already, right? So some of them will have a lower limit on the level flight. For example, the MiG-23 MLD managed to go until 1479, and then it just broke. Some of these aircraft cannot break flying in a straight line. You will see, for example, the F-16 having problems with that, and the Tornado as well. They just don't break it, and even the MiG-29, they just don't break a level flight. As you see, the vegan as well, it just doesn't break. You need to dive a little bit to break the aircraft, so you have to be careful with that, right? It depends on the aircraft that you are flying and many other factors. Of course, temperature, pressure of the air, and humidity. I don't know how many of these factors are added to the game, but still, as you see, we are basically on the maximum speed that it can do level flight over here, 1484, 1483, and then I dive down to try to break the aircraft, but I don't manage. So I put it 1550. I mean, if you stay below that, you should be fine. Maybe a little bit more, but it will not go that much. But only in a dive, so it kind of doesn't matter, right? So a little bit more slower in the acceleration, but the maximum speed is a little bit higher than the MLD. So yeah, it's a trade, one for the other. Now we are using the Tornado IDS. Remember, these are work in progress flight models. It can be completely wrong when the game is actually released, the patch is released. If this is the case, if it's changed completely, I will be doing another video of this type. So yeah, we're already airborne with the Tornado. And as soon as possible, I put my wings like swept back. So this was kind of a little bit of a mistake, because as you see on the first person there, the amount of AOA that I have to pull, we will put some drag into the aircraft. So yeah, maybe leave it in the auto mode, but the auto mode of this aircraft was not sweeping back all the way, even at Mach 1 plus sometimes, so it might be work in progress, right? And we are hitting Mach 1 here, 58 seconds 05, so a little bit slower than even the vegan, but it could be a little bit due to my wing and the way that I took off. But still, if not, it is going to be very similar to the vegan. So not as fast as you would think, right? The Tornado, I mean, maybe the ADV variant would be a little bit different because of the aerodynamics being a little bit different. But the IDS here is not the fastest thing ever. As you see, we are already at 1350 and we are already at the red line. So yeah, complicated, right? And then it will basically put me again in the map here. 1379, 1380. You know, still accelerating level flight, but then it just hits basically a wall of speed. It doesn't get too much more speed than that in a level flight. Not that fast, Mach 1.17. I dive down to see if it breaks, and then it did. 1438 kilometers per hour. So yeah, you have to be careful with that. In a dive, it can break its wings pretty easily. So the slowest of them all for now. Now we have the F-16. We are using the Chinese one, and for some reason I couldn't avoid using the missiles there, so I had to just take off with them and then jettison it. I couldn't like take off, like use a empty loadout, so that was weird. So yeah, but another one that this one is fast, man. It's scary fast. Mainly the acceleration of this thing is amazing. It's amazing. This is to understand what 4th generation release. 38.29. I mean, come on, man. It's 20 seconds faster to Mach 1 than the Tornado IDS. It's fast. So yeah, the F-16, the MiG-29 you will see at the end of the video as well. They're just amazing at acceleration. They're really, really good at this. So yeah, we will need more of a decompression in the BR, to be honest, because even without the great missiles that these aircraft have, only by the performance of it, it is already OP. But then we have the problem of the F-16. It's kind of slower than the MLD, as you see here. We hit kind of a wall here of speed, 1455, and you just cannot go past that on a level flight. If you dive a little bit, you can get a little bit more speed, but then you risk breaking your wings. I managed 1479. So yeah, exactly the same as the MLD for breakage, but it doesn't have the amount of, power to break its wings on its own. So yeah, and this one is the last one, obviously the MiG-29 A913. It is one of the fastest aircraft in the game, and the fastest aircraft in the game. And yeah, it was kind of surprising actually, the acceleration part from zero. I still think that the MiG-29 is better, but as you're going to see, you're going to be a little bit surprised. But still amazing RD-33 engines, they're really strong. And yeah, it just pulls the aircraft to a major acceleration boost here that it's amazing. So 39.29, so 1 second slower than the F-16. I was really not expecting this. As I said, work in progress. We don't know if this is going to be the true of the game, I will have to wait until the patch is released, but this actually surprised me that the MiG-29 is a little bit slower than the F-16. But still, you can see the difference between the MiG-29 and the MLD, for example, that it's just, 15 seconds slower, so 16 seconds even. So it's a whole world of acceleration, and we are already at 1500 kilometers per hour. I was going to end basically out of map here, and I decided to just go until the edge of the map and I will come back. And yeah, it's just the speed on this thing. The MiG-29 is the fastest aircraft in the game. I don't think any aircraft can actually reach those speeds that you're going to see, and I will just get ahead of it a little bit. We managed 1609 kilometers per hour before breakage. It's so fast, it's not even a joke, man. It's really fast. Already I am basically 0.1 Mach more faster than the F-16 at this altitude. So that will be the thing. Even though it has a little bit of a tiny bit difference in the F-16 on the acceleration, on the max speed, it just blows everything. And that will be the main thing about the MiG-29, right? It is just so utterly fast that it's not a joke, man. It can do a lot of speeds here that you wouldn't imagine. So yeah, just managed to go down here and basically end the test up. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 15K. And I see you guys on the next one. Let me know in the comments what you think about this test.